Supporters of the pair, fondly nicknamed Swirla, were thrilled to learn that a spring wedding is on the cards. Viewers of Coronation Street believe they have effectively confirmed a key detail about Lisa Swain and Carla Connor's future. Aside from the burst of fireworks echoing along the cobbles and a flash-forward scene that teased their special day, fans of the duo, widely referred to as Swirla, were overjoyed to discover they will tie the knot this spring after rekindling their romance. Their reunion followed the dramatic return of Lisa's former wife, Becky Swain, who attempted to sabotage their relationship. Although the couple's forthcoming wedding now seems set to proceed without trouble after months of emotional upheaval, their stunning celebration is destined to conclude with a disturbing twist. Lisa's daughter, Betsy Swain, will be left horrified when she stumbles upon the lifeless body of a neighbor on the street. In Monday's February 16th episode of the ITV drama, audiences were propelled forward to April 23, 2026. There, a visibly shaken Betsy was shown being interrogated by police after uncovering a corpse on the night of her mother, Lisa, and Carla's wedding. Clear as throat, while officers questioned her for more information, Betsy explained that she had been heading into town after the ceremony, but realized she had forgotten her ID. When she returned to the street to retrieve it, she encountered the victim. As the storyline shifted back to the present, viewers began to notice how the actions of 5 individuals might foreshadow a fatal outcome. 2 months later, it was revealed that Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Maggie Driscoll, Jody Ramsey, and Carl Webster are all possible murder victims, each seemingly with motives that could make them targets. Towards the end of the episode, the narrative once again jumped ahead to April 23rd. The 5 suspects stood on the cobbles while Lisa and Carla's wedding fireworks illuminated the night. In the flashing light, a bruised and injured Carl, a panicked Jody, a threatening Maggie, a bloodied Megan, and a secretive Theo were seen gazing into the shadows. Meanwhile, viewers could hear Betsy chatting, apparently with Lauren Bolton, moments before her terrified scream rang out as she made her grim discovery. During her tipsy conversation with Lauren, Betsy was heard singing, and fans now suspect that the tune she chose may hint at the song Lisa and Carla will share for their first dance. Is Todd saying goodbye to Weatherfield? And what lies ahead for him? Todd Grimshaw currently finds himself ensnared in a toxic and abusive relationship with Theo Silverton in Coronation Street. Theo's possessive tendencies began to surface just months after their romance started. Initially, Todd dismissed the warning signs, attributing Theo's behavior to his difficult history and convincing himself that patience and support would help his partner heal. However, the situation has since spiraled out of control. Theo's actions have repeatedly placed Todd in harm's way, leaving him feeling trapped in what has become a terrifying ordeal with no clear escape. A great deal has unfolded since this storyline first began. So, here's a recap of the major developments so far. During the early stages, Theo's need for control became increasingly apparent. He criticized Todd's food choices and even went as far as aggressively forcing kebab meat into his mouth. As time passed, the mistreatment intensified. Against Todd's wishes, Theo enrolled him in a marathon and subjected him to an exhausting fitness regime, pushing him far beyond his comfort zone. Theo also manipulated Todd psychologically, constantly shifting blame onto him for conflicts and accusing him of interfering in others' affairs. He gradually distanced Todd from close friends, including Summer Spellman and Billy Mayhew. When Todd finally felt he could no longer endure the abuse and attempted to leave, Theo resorted to self-harm. This emotional manipulation made Todd feel responsible and compelled him to stay after Theo vowed to seek professional help. The abuse soon escalated into physical violence. Theo humiliated Todd by pouring milk over his head, smashed his face into a mirror, and physically assaulted him on several occasions. In a groundbreaking episode aired last year, filmed entirely through various camera perspectives and focused solely on Todd and Theo's storyline, Theo imprisoned Todd in the bathroom overnight before deliberately provoking him into retaliation. After Todd pushed him away, Theo fell onto a coffee table and was hospitalized. Todd, meanwhile, was arrested for assault. Tragically, the incident convinced neighbors that Todd was the aggressor in the relationship. In a desperate attempt to expose the truth, Todd had secretly installed cameras in their flat to document Theo's abuse. But when Theo discovered them, he edited the recordings to falsely portray himself as the victim, turning Todd's evidence against him. At the beginning of 2026, Todd finally found the courage to confide in Billy about the abuse, believing he might finally see a glimmer of hope. He came heartbreakingly close to breaking free from Theo. But that hope was shattered when Billy died during the Corrie crossover event. Unbeknownst to Todd, Billy's death occurred because Theo had deliberately trapped him inside the minibus moments before it exploded. Earlier this summer, it came to light that Todd was not the first person to suffer at Theo's hands. Theo kept his composure when he was confronted by his former partner Owen during a night out on Canal Street. Owen openly accused him of being abusive. Yet Theo swiftly deflected the claims by portraying Owen as the controlling one in their past relationship. When Todd later challenged him about the confrontation, Theo turned the tables, claiming Todd was behaving exactly like Owen. He twisted Todd's harmless concerns into accusations, suggesting his fiancée was unfairly blaming him. In the February 16th episode of Coronation Street, viewers were offered a brief glimpse of what may lie ahead for the newly engaged couple. Theo's most recent tactic to dominate Todd involves managing his weekly finances. After ridiculing Todd about the small allowance he receives, Theo chillingly remarked that once they are married, Todd will have no way of escaping him. In a tense moment, Todd was later shown gripping a knife. Theo is among the 5 possible victims highlighted in the soap's flash-forward storyline, which confirms that someone will die in April. But could Todd ultimately be responsible for Theo's death? If Theo does not turn out to be the body discovered by Swain in the coming weeks, viewers are left wondering how this harrowing plot will finally reach its conclusion. So far, there has been no official announcement that Todd will be departing the show, though that possibility cannot be ruled out. Based on the hints from the flash forward, Todd could potentially face imprisonment if he ends up killing Theo. On the other hand, he might choose to flee Weatherfield altogether in a desperate attempt to free himself from Theo's control. For now, however, fans will simply have to keep watching to find out how it all unfolds. Coronation Street star Sydney Martin teams up with Hollyoaks actress for exciting new project. Sydney Martin has secured a snorts fresh opportunity beyond the cobbles, delighting soap fans with news of her latest role. The actress will collaborate with a familiar face from Hollyoaks for an upcoming short film. Martin, who has played Swain on the ITV drama since June 2024, has featured prominently in major storylines involving her on-screen mom, Lisa Swain, and future stepmother, Carla. Although she remains part of Corrie, Martin has now taken on an additional acting job alongside Isabel Smith, best known for portraying Frankie Osborne on the Channel 4 serial. It has been confirmed that the 2 performers will share the screen in a new short film. They have both joined the cast of Favorite, an original short directed by Georgia Lee Taylor. The filmmaker announced the casting on Instagram, with Martin reposting the update to her stories and expressing that she can't wait to begin the project via Daily Star. Lee Taylor shared her enthusiasm, revealing that Martin and Smith will take on the roles of Mel and Ashley in the production, which is scheduled for release next year. She also noted that after graduating from the same drama school, both actresses have built impressive television careers since 2024, tackling impactful storylines and gaining well-earned praise. Describing the film, Lee Taylor explained that Favorite is a dual timeline drama that follows the journey of best friends Mel and Ashley during their teenage years and later adulthood. Martin and Smith will portray the younger versions of the characters in scenes set in 2012. The director added that she feels fortunate to have cast the pair, not only because of their talent, but also because they are close friends in real life, a bond she believes will bring added realism and depth to their on-screen dynamic. She said she is eager to watch their chemistry come alive in the film. In an earlier Instagram update, Lee Taylor mentioned that casting for the remaining 3 roles would soon get underway, adding that the project holds special personal significance for her. Coronation Street airs on ITV1 on weeknights at 8:30 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.